Hello everybody, it's Mindy, and we're gonna chit chat a little bit and work on this painting that I am 1/3, exactly 1/3 of the way, well, except for this. This is extra. This was 1/3. Okay, anyhow, look when I turned the camera on to film, I just realized I'm making a bird right there. Okay, yeah, I didn't know that until I just looked at it through the viewfinder, and I'm like, that's another bird. We had a bird here, and there's another bird down there, but I didn't know there was a bird there too. Well, I do now, right? There's a bird. Okay, it's spring. It's spring. We got birds. Anyhow, I'm glad you guys are here. Hang out for, oh, I'm sorry, wobble. Hang out for a little while I chit chat, and we're going to talk a little bit about spring. Spring is springing. Yes, it is. It's springing. And so we'll talk about that a little bit. But welcome. If you're new here, I'm glad you found my channel. I hope you enjoy what we're doing and maybe stick around for a while. Yeah, if you want to hit the subscribe bell, you could be notified. Hit the bell below about when I put up videos. That would be awesome. Yeah, just enjoy. This is for fun, for the love of this craft. Maybe you learn some things along the way, or at least you're, entertained a little bit. So there you go. Happy to have everybody here, and thank you to all of my wonderful supporters. Love you guys. Love you guys. All right. So we are working on the Chuck Pinson Chuck Along. We're chucking along. This is the start of week 4. Week 4. We have 1 week left. Yeah. And I'm 1/3 of the way. So I've said it many times. I will not finish this in time. But that's the way it is. That is just the way it is. I will say I'm enjoying this section here. We're working on like this river. I think there's a river or a lake or something that runs through here. And as you can tell, excuse me, I'm getting to do quite a bit of multi-placing. All right. I told you spring is here, right? This happens in the spring. Excuse me. Yep. Allergies start to happen. Things start to bloom. And this is what happens. Yeah. Nice, huh? So anyhow, I will try not to cough too much on you. And try to keep my throat clear. But it's kind of clogging up right now. I just get this terrible runny nose. My allergies go crazy, and then it goes right in my throat, and I get a sore throat, and I get all clogged up. So that's where we're at. Let me apologize. All right. Anyhow, so how are you guys doing with your chuck along? I know that some of you are cruising right along, and you have gotten so much done, and they are looking just beautiful. You guys are champions. Let me tell you what. Champions. Posting in our Facebook group your progress pictures. It's amazing. Amazing. So keep chucking along. Maybe you will finish. Maybe you won't. It's not a big deal if you don't, right? You'll be in good company with me and several other people who won't finish. And it's all right. Just have a good time and, work on making a beautiful picture. That's what it's all about. I will be giving away my Diamond Painting with Sparklers gift certificate here in a little bit. Maritza gave away hers in her video the other day. I believe it was on Sunday. She has 1 more to go. So I'll announce my winner today, and that's my last winner today. And then she has 1 more to go. So there you go. And that's just for watching the WIP and Chats. That's how you win those. Watch our WIP and Chats and comment. I did ask for a specific comment in mine, so I will filter out those comments that did not use the special keyword when I draw my winner. So there you go. Anyhow, having a good time here. Having a good time. So that was my Y's. I got the Y's done. I'm going to move on to G here in a minute, but I'm going to grab these greens down here real quick. I got some greens. All right. We will be giving away our prizes on my live. is it April 1st, April 2nd? One of those two will be on my live and we'll give away prizes. Now, this coming Saturday is the 26th. And that is when Chuck Pinson will be on my channel. On my Saturday Night Live, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Mr. Chuck Pinson will be here. Yay! How exciting is that? I'm stoked. You know, I've done this a few times, but I still get nervous. Like, you want everything to be perfect. You want to have it all organized. You want it to be special. I still get nervous. But we'll see how it goes. It'll be fine. I know it will be fine. But excited to have him come and talk to us and share some things with us. You guys, super, super exciting. Yay. Okay. All right. What else? In our final grand prize giveaway, we're giving away 5, count them out, 5 Diamond Art Club gift cards, $50 gift cards. We'll have 5 of them, and we have 4 paintings to give away. Thank you, Debbie and Yvonne. They have said, I would like to just give these to somebody. So thank you so much, ladies. You are fantastic. You are just wonderful. Couldn't ask for better friends, you guys, in this community. I have some awesome friends. So does Maritza. We do. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so, so much. All right. Let's move on to G. Let's get some more of these lines done here. There's a lot of G. This could keep us busy for the rest of the WIP and Chat. Maybe we'll have us a nice part of this little waterway here by the time I'm done. So there's that. Anyhow, thank you. Okay. I think that's really it about the Chuck Along. It's gone very smoothly. You guys got the hang of what to do, how to post, and once that's all down pat, it's just smooth sailing after that. Smooth sailing, and everybody just does a great job. Thank you for participating. Thank you for enjoying the event. You still enjoy the Chuck Along. We'll do a Chuck Along as long as you guys are still interested. You know, if we get to a point someday where people are like, I don't want to do any more Chuck Pinsons, I'm tired of them, blah, 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 then we probably wouldn't do the event. But that's not the case right now. Everybody still loves his artwork, and there's still more artwork of his coming out, you know. This one was a recent release. So, yeah, we'll keep doing it as long as you want us to. How's that? Yeah. All right. Moving on to April, hashtag fly free, DP along. I always have to stop and think, is what? Hashtag fly free, DP along. Yeah, with Jenny, the Uncrafty Crafter, my friend Jenny. We're gathering prizes. We've planned. We know what we're going to do. I'll be doing an introduction video to that soon. You know, you'll get to see my painting, and I'll talk about the event, things like that. Rules, regulations, prizes, yada, 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 all that good stuff. Okay? So that's coming up real soon. Because, you know, we're cruising through March right now. April is on its way. All right. So, here we go. Let's rock and roll. After that will be hashtag run free, DP along. And that is creatures that are on land and, you know, have legs, things like that. So there you go. Fun stuff for spring. And that's with Angie, the Craftnado. I gotta get a hold of her. Haven't heard from her like all week long. I don't know where she's at, what she's doing. Haven't seen any videos. Haven't had any correspondence with her. I gotta see what's she up to. Girl, what you up to? Anyhow, there you go. All right. So that's what we got going on here, folks. That's what's going on. So let's talk about spring a little bit. I mean, besides my allergies going crazy, like I walked out in the yard one day and I was like, oh, look, I have crocus. Yep. Other people had already been posting pictures of like daffodil and crocus and things. And I'm like, not here yet. We're the late ones. We're the late bloomers. But I have crocus now. So things are, they're starting. They're starting. So I have some crocus. The grass is still very brown. It's brown. It takes a while for our grass to actually start greening up, as I say, It's just kind of drab right now. Except for the pretty little crocus. It's just brown. Everything's brown around here. Better than white, I'll give it that. Although I did hear that we could possibly get some snow flurries this week. Right? End of March. I'm telling you, you never know. You just never know. It's always a possibility around here. So we could get some snowflakes. We shall see. It was 70 degrees like 2 days ago, and it's 45 today. That's how it goes. This is how we do it, right? It is. It's just how it rolls around here. And you just go with the flow. Go with the flow. So, I have had some questions answered, though. One moment while I get a drink and try to clear my throat again. Okay, some questions have been answered. Questions. Because it got nice out, my husband has been out and about, doing things, doing manly things, pushing stuff around with his tractor, making messes, just, manly things that he likes to do. Well, he's also been out chit-chatting with the neighbors. We have the farmer that's down the road a ways. I have to stop for just a second. The Schwann's man is pulling in, and I'm going to tell him regretfully, I need nothing. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, back to where we were. I always hate to tell him, no, I don't need anything, because, I know they work on commission, but I don't need anything. Okay, I was talking to you about my husband out doing his manly things, right? Likes to push stuff around and, wreck stuff and, all kinds of fun stuff. Anyhow, it has given him the opportunity to be out and chat with the neighbors. There's the neighbor who has the cows that live next door. And then there's the neighbor across the street. Now, they're fairly new. They've lived there about a year, I think. And they just talk about stuff going on in the neighborhood, things like that. Like, they often talk about the road because it's a gravel road and that it's muddy. They talk about the county, not taking care of the road properly, things like that. And then, of course, the truck drivers, the pallet company that's down the road. So the truck drivers are getting a little close to our yards. Well, close, meaning in our yards as they're driving down the road. They're like driving in the yard. And nobody's happy about that, right? So they just chit-chat about things. So here's one of the things I've learned. Learned this from the farmer, okay? He was like, hey, one day last week he said I was out back, the river goes behind our property and it goes out and it goes behind his property as well. And it cuts right through his property. And then it crosses the street. So he has river access down there. And he has a pond and all that stuff down there too. So he's like, I was like, in my yard one day. I was out back with the tractor doing something. And I looked over towards the river. And I'm like, I have ducks in my yard. White and black ducks and pretty ducks. Not wild ducks. He's like, I bet you those are Mindy and Dale's ducks. Yeah, the little turds. They have gone out back. They wandered all the way out back, gotten into the river, and taken the river down to his house. Now, it's not like it's that far or anything, but they're out just tooling around, getting into trouble. And I'm like, yep, that's what happened to Blackfoot, you guys. You took my little Blackfoot off on an adventure down the river, up to the neighbors, and she's really not, I will say she had some special needs, okay? I don't know what exactly. She didn't walk very well. She couldn't keep up as well. Like I said, she was always the last one out of the coop, waddling along behind, just like, I'll get there, I'll get there. Because, she was a little special. They lost her. I know they did. You took off with her down the river, and she couldn't handle it, so you probably lost her somewhere down there, and she just didn't make it back. Boy, right? Not cool. So I don't know how many times they wandered down the river down to his, property, but apparently that's a thing they like to do. I'm like, you guys are naughty. Naughty, naughty ducks. So the other night, Dale was mad at them because they wouldn't come in. He's trying to get them to come in, and they're like, no, and they're wandering all over, and they're running. They're in the field next door, then they're out back. They're just everywhere. I said, well, honey, it was really too light. It was just too much daylight at the time. They don't like to come in until it's really, really almost dark, Anyhow, so he wasn't happy with them. And then here they are just gallivanting around the neighborhood, up and down the river here. And there's things out there, you guys. That's where bad things happen. Bad things happen out there. I mean, because on the other side of the river is woods and things like that. I'm certain that's where the coons live and the fox live and everything's over there. And, you should not go over there. You guys shouldn't go over there. Lost Blackfoot. Oh my gosh. I'm mad at them. You guys should know better. Who's the ringleader here? Who's the one getting everybody in trouble? Who's thinking it's a good decision to take off? I don't know. One of our girls is like, she's never going to get in trouble because she hasn't left the coop in days and days. She has decided she wants to sit on the eggs, and she's going to hatch some eggs. So she's been in there. She is faithful. I mean, I just went out and let them out, and she's right there. She's sitting on the eggs. She'll come out into the pen, and she'll get some food and water, and she goes right back and sits. So Dale has snuck a couple of chicken eggs under her as well. So that could be interesting when she hatches out some ducks and chickens. I don't know if she'll know the difference, but I don't know. We'll take the chickens away. If they hatch, we'll go and get them right away. But they don't need a mom at that point. They really don't. So we'll see what happens. Chicken eggs are usually about 21 days, and duck are about 28 days. So 3 weeks, 4 weeks. And it's been a good week now. She's been sitting. So we'll see what happens. This could be interesting because we're going on vacation. We're going on vacation at the end of April, and we'll be gone the first week of May. So like the end of April and into May, we're going to be gone. And we might have little birds. I don't know. I don't even know who's going to watch them yet. We need to figure that out. We need to have a bird sitter. Yeah, we don't have that figured out. So better get on that, huh? So then another day he's out talking to the neighbor across the street. And they were the ones that were talking about the trucks driving in the lawns. It's not like we have super nice, like manicured lawns. But, our lawn goes right out to the road. And the county they grate the road and they dig it. They dig it out, kind of, as they grate it. And they're making like a ditch almost. So there's like quite a hump from like our yard down into the road. And then the water accumulates there and everything. So the trucks, I think, are either trying to avoid the ditch, which is what I think they're doing. They're trying to avoid this little gully that the county has made. So they either have to be, inside on the road further, or they're going on the outside, which is in our yard. So anyhow, they were talking about that. The neighbor decided he was going to just put some wood out there, like along the edge of the road. So go ahead, hit that. Go ahead. I mean, they're big semis. What would they care? Like, they could run it over. They won't, but, you know, we're trying to do whatever we can do. And the county just needs to do a better job. We really need more gravel. I don't know if we can convince them to do that, but we really need it. So they're chit-chatting about the road, blah, 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 blah. And he goes, so my wife was going outside one day. She stepped outside and she like hollers at me. And she's like, honey, come here. We got turkeys in the yard. And he's like, okay, you know. He goes out looking for turkeys in the yard, which would not be unusual. No, wouldn't be unusual. But he stepped out and he said, hon, those aren't turkeys. Those are chickens. I'm like, are you kidding? They're chickens. Okay. So for our chickens to get over there, the chickens have to go all the way. Okay. Chickens have to leave our front yard. They have to go across the street. And then it's all bushes and scruff across the street. So they have to get through all that. There's a field. So I'm assuming they get out into the field. And then from the field, they'd have to keep going up to their house. But what is going on around here? What are my birds doing? Apparently they think they can just all go wherever they want to go. It's just free roam everywhere, apparently. I don't know. The chickens are not... Chickens come back. Okay, I haven't lost any chickens that way. They wander around and they come back. The duck, though, now that made me mad. You took a Blackfoot downriver, upriver, downriver. It's down. Okay. You took her downriver and you never brought her back with you. That wasn't very cool. I don't appreciate that. But, I mean, other than not letting them out, what can we do? We can't fence the whole place in, you know. That would be ridiculous. So, I don't know. At least the neighbors don't mind. You know, it's not like they're calling up and going, hey, get down here. Get your animals. Your animals are in my yard. At least they're not doing that. At least they appreciate them, you know, and they know they're ours. I don't know if they tried to shoo them back home or what they did, but they came home. I didn't even know they were gone. I don't know where they're at all the time. I really don't. I don't have time to sit out there and monitor where all the birds are. You know, sometimes I can't find a bunch of them. I'm like, I don't know where they're at. Out back? I don't know. Naughty, naughty birds. Anyhow, yeah, what are we going to do? I don't know. I just don't know. So, there's that. And then, because it's spring, someone is getting a little angsty out there. Yeah. I've had a couple of moments with Mr. Chuckles where he's waiting for the girls to come out and join him. And he kind of stands there and looks at me. And I'm like, Think about your life choices, mister. Think about your choices. I take my broom out every day just because you never know, right? So I got my broom and I'm just waiting. You come at me, mister, and you know, we're going to have words. You and the broom are going to get well acquainted again. So think about it. And you can just tell. You can just tell the way he stands there and he kind of waits and he takes a step closer and you're just like, don't do it. Don't come at me. Don't do it. So the other day, Dale comes in and he's like, all right, I've about had it with Mr. Chuck. And I'm like, uh-oh. He goes, yeah. He said, I'm just out there doing nothing, just wandering around the yard, taking care of stuff, picking up sticks, whatever, filling bird feeders. And all of a sudden, I feel something at the back of my leg. And something hit me in the back of the leg. He said, I turned around and there Chuck was sitting there. He's like, he decided he was just going to fly up and smack me in the back of the legs. He's like, I turned around, I looked at him and I gave him one shot. He took one more step towards me and I drop kicked him. I'm like, oh boy. He said, yep, he took off running. I said, I bet he did. He said, I'm not going to have that. I said, I know. I told you he's been getting a little uppity. He hasn't done anything. But, oh, look, there's 4Ks right there. Of course. He said, yeah, I'm just, I'm not going to put up with it. I'm not going to tolerate him. I said, I understand. I totally get it. Yeah. So I know it's all because it's spring. It's spring. It's spring. And animals just have this way about them in the spring. It's mating season. And not that it isn't mating season for him all year long, because it is. But, there's just something different when it's springtime. Everybody gets a little more aggressive, a little more territorial, So I know that's what it is, but he better calm his jets down, because there's some people around here that aren't having it, We're not having it. So anyhow, the water is fully open now. No more frozen areas on the pond. The ducks could not be happier. They just love it. I've gotten some video for a farm video, which will come out later this week, and shows the ducks just kind of chilling. Some of them, sometimes they just lay on the bank and sun themselves. They're just having a good time, but they are enjoying it. This is their best life, Open water. We've had mallard ducks, the wild ducks, visit a couple days. And we've had a pair of geese stop for a visit. That's before our ducks are out. The wild ones don't like to hang out when our ducks are on the water, but they'll come out like early in the morning and hang out. So I've managed to catch a little video. I think I got the mallards. I don't think I got the geese, but yeah. So wildlife is wild around here. Wild. Birds going wherever they feel like they want to go, willy-nilly. Angsty roosters. Oh my gosh. Broody hen ducks. Hen duck, hen, whatever you call her. Yeah. Fun. All right. Well, besides that, I talked about vacation a little bit. We're going to Utah, Park City, Utah. That's where one of our timeshares is located, is in Park City. And we're going to try to tool around a little bit, travel around, see some things, do some hiking. I told Dale, I said, okay, listen, we watch these shows, right? And it's like these survival shows, like so-and-so was hiking somewhere and they got lost and they had to survive for 4 days in the wilderness, or somebody fell and broke their ankle and couldn't find their way out. They tried and they couldn't get out. They had to be rescued. Always make sure someone knows where you're at. And I'm like, okay, honey, all of those shows seem to happen like out west. They're always like out in the desert or someplace. And I'm like, when we go and we go do some of these hikes, I said, we're not getting lost. No getting lost. I said, you know what? I might, every time we take off and park somewhere and go hike, I think I'm putting a note in the car. We left on this date. If we're not back by dark, send help. Right? Because I don't want to get lost out there in the wilderness. And then my next thought is snakes. We don't have poisonous snakes here. I'm a little nervous about snakes. Are we going to encounter snakes out there? Probably. I don't know. I don't want to see any snakes. Honey, let's just stay on well-beaten paths. I don't want to get off the path. I don't want to get out in like real wilderness at all. Let's just stay, let's stay close to the car. Let's not get off any, populated trails. Yeah. I like going and doing things and seeing things, but I don't want to worry about getting lost or stranded or any of that, So we can have fun. We can have a good time, but let's be careful. Don't get me lost in the woods or in the desert. Don't get me lost. That's all I've told him. Don't get me lost. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know. I was going to say something else about that, and I forgot what it was now. Oh, what was I going to say? I don't know. I forgot. Anyhow, we'll have a good time. I was in, I think it was Brandy's live the other night, and Manette was talking about it. And she lives in Utah, in Salt Lake City. And I'm like, hey, we're going to Utah on vacation here real soon. She's like, really? I'm like, yeah. She goes, well, I'm not far from that. We should get together. We should have lunch or something. And I'm like, okay, let's do that. So we'll see. We'll see if we can manage to find a time and a location or whatever, and we can actually, hang out for a little bit, have lunch. That would be cool, right? That'd be fun. Okay, those two were stuck together. So that would be fun. I've been watching this guy. His name, he goes by Whiskers. Him and his wife, the Happy Hippo, not the Happy Hippo, no. That's not right. The Happy Hippie. I'm sorry, I apologize. Happy Hippie. All right. So they are hiking the Appalachian Trail. Now, they are in their 70s, if I'm not mistaken, and they are hiking the entire trail. They've been planning for it, practicing for it. Like, you have to practice, you have to do sample hikes and things like that before you just hop on the trail and decide you're going to do the whole thing. But they're hiking it, and I'm following them and watching their videos and stuff on YouTube. And the Appalachian Trail, when we went to Tennessee for the first time, I was like, we need to get on the trail. I want to get on the Appalachian Trail. I don't care where or how or for how long, but I want to be on the trail. And we did. And we've been on the trail several times now. We've done some fairly long hikes, several hours, a good part of the day. We've never stayed on the trail, like we never stayed overnight or camped on the trail or anything. But it's just fascinating to me, the people that do this and how they do it. Staying on the trail with your tent, taking all your gear. And how many miles it is, how long it takes. They start out in Georgia in March and end up in Maine like in October or something. And it's all based on the weather. You got to start where it's warm and you got to end, they end up in Maine before it gets cold. But it's just fascinating. And the fact that these guys are 70, they're just like, we'll make it. We're doing it our way. We're doing it slow. We're not in a rush. We'll get there. We'll do it. I'm like, that is so cool. But man, it is a lot of work. It's hard. If you have ever hiked like that on some of these trails, they're not easy. They really aren't. And then when you get into the mountains and then you have elevations that you're hiking up, it can be brutal, Like, you can hear him. He's like huffing and puffing sometimes, like, and he's breathing hard because it's work, but he says it's just really worth it. So we love hiking. I hope my back is feeling good when we get out west so that we can do the hiking we want to do. We'll see what happens. I did start the, naproxen is what I'm going to take, if anybody knows that one, for inflammation in my back. We'll see if it helps. So, because I love to do that kind of stuff. I just love it. It's so much fun. So, anyhow. Well, I got a prize to give away. So, I suppose I should get off here and go pull a winner for some sparklers. Sparklers from Tima. I just realized as I'm sitting here doing this, I'm like, I have just a few of this symbol left. And why would I stop talking now? Until I finish these, right? There's only a couple. I think that's it, actually. Did I finish them? I think I did. I think I got that one. Yay. Look, so I'm making this river. It's very gray. It's like this very dark gray kind of river thing. And some brown, I guess. I don't know. What's it look like? I'll have to look at it when I get up because I can't tell right here. We added nothing to the bird, though. I can still see the outline of the bird. Birds are back, by the way. Birds are here all over the place. We got birds. You name it, they're here. Well, except hummingbirds aren't here. Orioles aren't here. They won't get here for a while, but anyhow. All right, let's go pull a winner, you guys. Let's give some pretty sparkly stuff away. All righty, let's give this gift certificate away. Here is the video from last week. It is right there. I filtered out duplicate users, and you will see that I filtered based on a specific comment, which was confetti. You needed to use the word confetti in your comment, all right? I don't ever do that, but I did this time. All right, let's get the comments and see how many comments there were. Had to meet those qualifications. 81, holy cow. That's a lot. You guys commented a lot. 81 comments qualify. All right, are you ready to start this and figure out who it is? I am. All right, let's go. Look, my husband's been trying to find oil online. Can you tell? All right, here we go. Let's start. And it will be Ginger Jones. I'm working on Chuck Pinson's Swan Pond, and it is like yours. Very confetti heavy and not much multi-placing, but I love it. Well, congratulations, Ginger. You won the gift certificate for $25 to DP with Sparklers. So I need you to do two things. One will be to email me that you're my winner. So I have your email, because then I will send your email to Tina, T-Ma, to let her know that you're my winner. And then you send her an email as well. We'll talk about that. But comment or let me know. Get with me, send me an email, and let me know your email. And we'll go from there. And we'll get you that gift certificate. Congratulations, Ginger. Congratulations. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed my spring talk about crazy wild birds around here. And yeah, sorry, my allergies, coughing, all that junk. Sorry. It is what it is, okay? All right, keep trucking along, folks, and posting those pictures. They're absolutely gorgeous. Don't miss the live interview on Saturday at 7 Eastern Standard Time. And then our giveaway will be the next weekend. Yay! Fun stuff coming up. All right, I will talk to everybody soon. Bye, everybody.